Well, I'm planning to show everybody my 100-Year War collection, but I was missing some figures and had some real gaping holes. But I popped everything off bases, retouched up things, repainted, put on washes, redid faces, basing, flags, you name it. Bought a whole bunch of new figures from different companies, which I'm going to show you here in a few minutes. But I tell you, I've painted over about 500 figures just in the last, let's say, 3 weeks. And yeah, mounted them all up and got them ready to go. So this is just kind of a prep video to the main one coming here in the next couple of days, showing both the English and the French. I'll probably do the Germans in April, but anyway, let's take a look at what I bought and what I'm doing with everything. So, yeah, it's just showing you what I do before I start. Well, I've got some videos coming up here in just a second that'll show you some of the process, but it really is probably more like 800 figures I've painted over the past 3 to 4 weeks, and flags and remounting and everything else. But the armies at the end, which I'll have them up in the next 3 days here on YouTube, both the English and the French, are really, really spectacular. And I really hope that you enjoy them. But I don't know, some people kind of like to see what the modeling aspect is and how that's done, and not just showing the army. Sometimes the prep work is fun, right? Well, good morning. I thought I would show a little bit of the pre-work. I'm working on my 100-Year War armies. But these are old figures that I had. I don't even know what the miniatures are anymore, but this is going through the process of rejuvenating, repainting, touching up, applying new styles of painting, pulling things off of bases, pulling off old tufts. It's just a lot of work. Nobody likes touching up and rebasing. But then you get a whole bunch of new figures. So from 100 Years War, I just wanted to fill out, the billmen and dismounted knights. I got these from Blue Moon. And I like to have a mixture, to be honest, in my armies. And so I got some from Blue Moon. I didn't have any of those. I think they look really nice. And I'm going to paint those up. I ordered some from Curaçao and some from Peter Pig. Now, the Peter Pig ones are really outstanding. And you know what? People say, well, they don't mix. And you know what? If you put them side by side in a row, no, they don't. But if you mix them all up with different poses, different people, flags, nobody really notices that much. And it really gives this effect. Because, it was interesting. I was standing in line the other day with somebody, and this guy was 6'7", easy. And my God, I only came up to his shoulder. And then there was a guy in front of me that came up to only my shoulder. And then I thought about it, how picky we are of having figures that are the same size. And humans aren't the same size. So I got over it pretty fast. Anyway, I got to paint up these from Blue Moon. But here's the rebasing project, but only just one piece. I've remounting them on 40 by 40 bases. I've got the dismounted knights all in here, all loose. And we'll be adding about 200 figures to that. The cavalry is all done. But what an undertaking. Probably remounting close to 3,000 figures, if not more. Anyway, I thought I would just show you a little bit of the pre-work that I go into fixing up my armies and then getting them on YouTube. Hi, this is Kevin. I just wanted to let you know I got some really, really beautiful figures in from Curaçao. These knights are absolutely spectacular. If you can see them, their poses are just, for the 100-Year War, are very, very nice. And really quite varied in their poses. Shield comes attached. But I'm really pleased at how they came out. They're about the same size as something from Blue Moon. So they're a little larger than like a 15 from Essex. And so, but I'm really pleased at the poses, at how they came out. They're just really nice. But they are on the larger side of 15s. So if you want to mix in Peter Pig, or you want to mix in Essex, or anything like that, it's probably not going to work, or Corvus Belly. They're much larger than those. You can mix in Blue Moon. That's one that fits perfectly with these. However, buyer beware. If you're buying from Curacao, you have to be very careful. So these figures came as well. They're definitely sculpted by somebody else. It's in the same range, but these now are the same size as Essex and Corvus Belly. And they do not fit. They're not the same size at all. You can see they're quite a bit smaller and much thinner and more spindly than the other figures. So you have to, I mean, they're nice sculpts, no question about it, but you can see they are much smaller. Their heads, their bodies, their legs. So I can't mix these in with the other knights. They don't fit. So I can mix these in with my Corvus Belly and Essex figures, but definitely not the rest of the Curacao range. And I have found that to be with Curacao, that it's a hit and miss. You can get some unbelievable figures like these. I mean, come on, these are phenomenal, and really nicely sculpted. You can get some from Curacao that are really spectacular, and then you can get some that are definitely not. It's a mixed bag. You have to be careful. Maybe order a pack before you beforehand. And I think that probably correlates to their imagery on their website, is that the ones that are really nice like these, there's painted imagery, and the ones that are done by a different sculptor that are thin and spindly, you don't get pictures. So that's my thing. I mean, Curacao has nice stuff, but I would always urge that you order beforehand. I will send some images of them painted, because I think that that's really, I'm in the process of that right now. I'll do that later as a part of my 100-Year War project. Anyway, Kevin's out. Thanks. I bought a whole bunch of figures from Peter Pig, and I can tell you they're just really beautiful figures. They're medieval. I mean, these are ones that have, they're wounded and keep fighting on. I mean, aren't those great? The guy's got a hatchet in his helmet. They've got a lot of other specialty figures that I think are really great. These are a lot of the different poses that they have arrows in their face. Some guys carrying pigs, like these here. These are fantastic. But you can see the guy's running off with the pig. I don't know. Let's see if I can get that a little bit closer. There you go. Isn't that great? Anyway, I've got about 350, 400 figures here to paint up, and they're popping off the stands. I don't know what something's wrong with the glue, but anyway, I'm dry brushing now, and hopefully we'll get these done. I've got the rest of them. Look at that disaster. But anyway, I'll get them done. Be done with them in a couple of weeks.